everybody, my name is Brenda and welcome to Tangle Break. Today we're going to do a project and make Christmas ornaments. And here are two examples that I have right here. We're going to use the Tangle Knightsbridge and different varieties of color patterns in order to make these effects. So let me show you how easy it is. This one right here is just the Knightsbridge, and I used so simple Sharpie. These are the 3 Sharpie markers I did for all the Christmas ornaments you're going to see right now. A black, red, and green. And then the ornaments themselves, I got them from the dollar store. They are just, let me show you here, plastic. They're not even glass, they're plastic. And the Sharpie markers work great on them, okay? They had them in 3 different sizes. This was the medium size that I ended up doing a lot of these with. Okay, so this was just the simple Knightsbridge with red, and then this was Knightsbridge alternating red and green, and then the thing I did with this one was all I did was add from the birthday section, the gift wrapping area. They had these bows for $1, and you got 3 of them, and I would just took these strands and stuffed them in the Christmas ornament. That's it. All right, let me show you another one I did. This is the classic Zentangle black and white, and then I put a bow on top. And this one, I put this white iridescent ribbon inside to give it that effect. Okay. This one is actually the green, which I feel like who would have thought the Sharpie markers would give you almost like a stained glass effect. This is the one on the left, is actually this, the green and clear, but on the inside I stuffed it with red. It looks more black, but it's actually when you see it in person, it's more green. I know on the screen it looks more black. This was one of the smaller balls. I did the red and clear, and then just put, like I showed you a minute ago, the white iridescent inside, which gives it some interesting texture on the inside. And so, in this one, this is black with the gold iridescent ribbon on the inside. And then we'll go back to this. This was just the clear one, which I thought had, with the Christmas lights on the trees, I just think this, the stained glass effect that it made just looks really cool. But then also putting the iridescent ribbon inside just gives it a lot of character too. So, you know, whatever you like. But I'm gonna show you, you can see that there's so many different varieties. I'm gonna show you this one because it had the most color in it. And then you can go from there to make just the red one, or just the green one, or just the black and white one. I also did some on already, not the transparent clear balls, but like some balls, Christmas balls I already had on my tree, just playing around with that. I took a gold one and then did a black Knightsbridge tangle on it. So, I mean, there's all kinds of variations you can do. But today what we'll do is we'll go and start, and I'll show you how to do the grid, and then you can go from there. So we're going to start with the black Sharpie, and like I said, this is just a plastic Christmas ball that I got from the dollar store. And so to get started, I've been testing it out, and the Sharpie marker seems to dry fairly quickly. I haven't had any trouble so far, knock on wood, with smudges or anything like that. So, and I'm holding it pretty quickly while it's still wet. I do try to hold on to the top, but I'm spinning it, and knock on wood, I haven't had any trouble. Okay, so the first step is I'm gonna find where that ridge is, just as a guide, okay? So I'm gonna take my Sharpie marker, and as a guide, I'm going right over where the crease is, and I'm going to come right here to the Mine has like a little circle on the bottom. That's where I'm going toward. The more you work with the Christmas balls, you can sort of rotate them to draw your lines. Okay, so this one, I'm gonna go from, I'm still following this little crevice, this little line, I don't know how well you can see it on the screen, but it's there. And this just gives me a starting point so I can do all my other lines. This is so easy as far as there's just 2 steps, drawing the lines and coloring it. That's it. Okay, so I've got my first one down. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to divide this in half. That's all I'm going to do the whole time, is divide spaces in half. So I think I'm going to go from right here, and then I'm aiming to go to my circle on the bottom. So I can spin it. And if the line is not exactly straight, it's okay. You're doing Knightsbridge. Knightsbridge tangle, even though it has the checkered pattern, it does not have to be done symmetrically straight. It can have curves and waves and all that. So just a little bit of wobble you might have on this will not affect it. Okay, I went to the other side. I went to the other side, divided it in half, and here we go. I'm going to the bottom. Okay, so right now I've divided my Christmas ornament into 4 sections. That's all I've done. So now I'm going to go to each section and divide it in half again. So I go here, this looks about half right here. So I'm going to take it, spin it, and it gets easier to spin it. The more you do it, easier it gets to spin, and meet it. That's half. Go to my next big section. I'm going to split this in half. See, and I'm already touching where I just drew, and I'm not having any trouble. Okay, my next big section. Okay, and my last big section here. Okay, so right now, I'm going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 sections. And they're, pretty well spread evenly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to split each of these in half. Okay, I'm just going to, and it's easy to keep track because the lines are noticeable. I'm going to go right here, split it in half, pull it down, meet it. Okay, turn one time. Going to split this one in half. Okay, turn it just a little bit, split this one in half. Turn it. Split this one in half. Turn it. Split this one in half. Turn it. Split this one in half. We still have 2 more. And this last one. Okay. If I didn't say it, I need to. This is the fine point Sharpie marker. Okay, it's not the broad tip, it's the fine point. And it's not the ultra fine, it's just the plain fine point. Okay, so now, I'll put my finger here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 16. Okay, so I think this is the right amount that I want. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, this is the right amount that I want. It's going to be even so that when I'm filling in the grids, they will have the spaces that they need. So now I'm going to do is turn it. Okay, and I'm going to pick where I think the middle is. And I'm just going to turn my ornament and we're going to go around the middle. The best guess, the best estimate. Okay. I'm trying to turn it and draw at the same time. Okay, and we meet up. Main thing is you want to try to meet up. So even if your line gets a little off, just aim to meet. Okay, I think I want my squares. Now this is where you're going to be deciding how big you want your squares. I want my squares about this size from here to here. So now I'm going to aura that line, which means I'm going to try to stay at the same distance from that line. That's what it means to aura. And I'm going to go all the way around that distance. And it's a little bit hard to see because of the lights and it's transparent. But when you have it in your lap or right in front of you, it is easier to tell what's going on. You have to concentrate, but you can see it. Okay, I'm still bringing it down, that same eyeballing what I want my squares to be at the end. You see here, I slowed down because I want to make sure that the lines match. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep going to my right. So I want the next squares about that big. So now I'm going to come here, and this one's a little bit more fun to turn and draw. That's how big I want my squares. You see, it's nothing exact. I'm just eyeballing it because when you color it, and if you put the ribbon inside or whatever you want it to do, it just adds to it. Okay. Now this is my bottom of my ball, and it's for me, I want it divided again. So I'm going to make one more square here. And what is the cool design at the bottom sort of makes a pie shape. I'll show you in a minute when we finish doing this. If you wanted to do it one more time around, you could. That's totally up to you. Let me grab one of these and show you what I mean. So it makes sort of like a pie shape at the bottom. See, I think that's a cool look. And then you can see it from inside. You're looking down, you can see the little pie shapes at the bottom. Okay. All right, so we've done this side. Now I'm going to turn it. So my hand is holding where we just finished. And I mean, I'm still doing great as far as no smears. Okay, hope you are too. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to say that this is how big I want my square on this side. So I'm rotating my Christmas ball with my marker in my hand, trying to keep that same distance for my square. Getting there. Okay, I slowed down because I want these lines to meet. Done. Okay, this for me, I want this divided. Okay, so let's go ahead and do another square. Just turning and making sure I'm staying about the same distance away from my square. This is, for me, this is just easy and fun. I love this. Something that's relaxing, and then at the end you have a really pretty Christmas ball you can use. Okay, let's see. I was looking, see, I did this one down even more. I don't know if you can tell by the angle. I did this one down even more, so let's go down a little bit more. It's just a little bit more oomph. So this one, what I'm going to do is divide the space in half. So my blocks are going to be a little bit smaller, but it's okay because it's to the top. And I just want more color. And that's all I'm doing. We're just about done with our grid. And I meet up, done. See, that's it. That's all you had to do. to get the base started. So now is the fun part. You can decide how you want to do yours. Do you want to fill in all of the Knight's Bridge with the black, and then you leave it black and clear, and then you put something inside? Okay, this one was green and clear. This one was red and clear. This one is red and green and clear. I enjoy this. This one is red and green, and the silver is red, green, and clear, but I put the iridescent ribbon inside. So what I'm going to do to just show you the one that had the most differences in it was this one right here. And let's see if it shows up better on this or not. On one of these it might show up better. Okay, it's going to show up better on this one. Okay, so what I did was, if I did this square red, each square that touches it is going to be green. So then this one is red, each square. So if a square touches another square, it's the opposite color. So it's either red or green. Okay? As you can see, the way it ended up, the pattern is a row of red, a row of green. If you're looking this way, it's a row of red and green. And then this way also, it's a row of red, row of green, row of red. And goes all the way around. So you can put your black marker away. And I'm just going to start with green. On this one, I think green is just such a pretty, it turned out so pretty. Green Sharpie Fine Point Marker. That's all I have. Okay, all right. And then I'm going to start at the very top, doesn't matter where you are, and just fill it in. And look, it just gives it that stain, almost like a stained glass effect. That's it. That's all I do. Okay, I skip one to make it clear, and then just color inside the thing, the black. That's it. Skip, color. This is I just can't wait to have all these on the tree. I haven't put them on the tree yet after I made them because I'm wanting to show you. So then after this video is posted, all of these ornaments are going on my tree. And I just think they'll be so pretty with the Christmas lights all around, you know, with the lights coming at the different Christmas balls at different angles. I can't wait to see the effect. Okay. I'm talking, so I stopped showing. I'm just doing every other one green. Green, clear, all the way. And remember, we double checked our number of rows here before I started making the grid. So I knew that we had 16, which gives me exactly what I wanted, so that it's even and you don't have any thing lining up right beside each other. Done. Okay? Your first row, how easy is that and how fun? Okay? So what I did, and you can do it whichever way you choose, I just went back and forth between green and red. Okay? So I did my green row, so now I'm going to do my red row. So what I do, where there's an empty one here, a clear one here, this is going to be my red. And I found that if I did the majority of the strokes one way, it just turned out a little bit clearer. So that's, you'll notice I usually go up and down. If I started going different ways, it just didn't look as smooth. But I will go different ways at the edges just to make sure I get all the crevices. So then I skip one. At the edges, I will go back and forth to make sure I get them. But like I said, I found out that if you long strokes, it's up on the edges, it gives it the clearest look. And you'll notice little places as the light shows on it. So I'm just doing my red row all the way around. So clear, red, red, clear, red. And the squares get a little bit bigger because it's more space that it's covering. Okay, clear, red, and I'm holding it from the top, so then clear, red, and down at the bottom. Okay, clear. We only have 2 more on this row and it is done. So if you were just doing one color, you would do exactly what I'm doing as far as spacing and the clear to come through, but it would just be all whatever color you chose. Okay, so the red line is done. Okay, so let's grab, okay, so if it's green here, clear, then it's going to be green here. Skip one, do your next one, and the black marker helps keep it in line. Okay, skip green, skip green, okay. Skip green, skip green, skip green, I just was so happy to see. I love stained glass, so to me it's a cool effect that reminds me of stained glass, and it's inexpensive. Okay, here we go, last one on this row. And just make the lines as long as possible and then fill it in. Okay, this row is done. You start seeing the pattern here. So cool. Okay, this was red, this one's red. And then after it dries, if you want to put like a little bit more marker on it, it'll work. It'll even make less of the transparent part come through. Okay. Okay, skip one, red. Skip one, red. Skip one, red. skip one, red. Skip one red. Skip one red, and this row is done. I hope you're enjoying the holiday music. This puts us in the Christmas spirit. Okay, that one's done. Okay, next row is going to be green. So where this is empty, clear, we're going to come down here. Oh, just a little tidbit. On here, I haven't had any trouble with my Sharpie markers running out. On a already colored Christmas ornament that wasn't clear with this texture, I had to use several Sharpie markers because they would get sort of dull and the ink would stop coming out. And then I'd rub the point onto paper, and then it would sort of loosen it up. So just a word to you as far as what I've gone through, so that you'll know. On this kind of plastic that I'm on right here, this transparent plastic, no troubles whatsoever. But on the other, I had several pens, and I would just alternate the pens, and then if I rubbed the tip on paper, when it just pretty much stopped coming out, then it was fine. And these are actually some of the same markers I was using on a colored ball. So it shows that the ink wasn't the ink in the pen. It wasn't a lack of ink in the pen. It was just the way that it was drying up the end of the point of my marker. So any little tidbits I have to help you out, I'll pass them on to you, so you can continue to have fun. This is just relaxing coloring. Okay, skip one. I haven't been telling you every single block because I feel like now you know the rhythm. Okay, there's a couple more, two more on this row, and this row is done. Goes pretty fast. And at the end, we will make sure we put our our initials on the ornament somewhere, because you want to take credit for your Christmas decoration. Okay, that row's done. And like I said, you can go back at the end and fix up any areas where the marker might not be going all the way through, covering all the way. Okay, next row is going to be red. So here's my extra transparent one, all the way to the end. Skip a block, red, skip a block, red. Once you get the hang of it, it goes pretty fast. Skip a block, red. Skip a block, red. Skip a block, red. skip a black red, skip a black, and this is the last one on this one. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the green. We just have two. Look how pretty it's already turning out. Okay. I love Christmas. Okay, we're gonna go here. Two reds are here, clear here, so come straight down with the green. This is green right here. Okay, skip one, green. Skip one, green. These are so much smaller just because of where you're at on your ball. Skip one, green. Skip one, green. Skip one, green. Skip one, green. Skip one, and this is the last one on this row. Green. Okay, now we have the pie shapes at the bottom. Okay, so the pie shapes. Okay, so let's look. If this is green and green, this is clear. Right under the clear, lined up with the row of red. I know it's harder to see because I've got so many colors going on here. But it's green. Let's see, let's show you on this. See, green, clear, green. Red is lined up with the red. So that's a little bit easier to see it on that one. So then turn, skip the clear pie. Next pie is red. Clear pie, 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 whoops, next pie is red. Almost turned it too far. Clear pie, red. And we are completed. We've completed it. We have finished. And that's your, can you see on there? That's your pies at the bottom. All right, so this is a little bit easier to see once it already has all of the insides in, but this is it. This is so much fun. Okay, I'm gonna take, let's see, my black marker, Sharpie marker, and put my chop on the bottom. I'm gonna put it in this window right here. So this is my ornament. I'm just holding it like here, and I'm gonna put a B and turn it S. So it is on my Christmas ornament, and we are completed. Now it's up to you whether you wanted to put ribbon in it, leave it as this, which is pretty, almost like stained glass. The different options of color and the ribbon to put in are just endless, and it's so much fun to go to the store and look at all the possibilities. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it gets you started on your, or continue to start on your holiday season. So thank you, and see you again next time on Tangle Break. Bye for now. Bye.